What's going on, YouTube? This is Rodney with GearCore EDC with today's carry, a rather unique and hard to find cold steel triple action. This is a fully encapsulated, enclosed, double-edged Spearpoint knife. Again, it is called the triple action. You can see the name there. And this is a safe way to carry a double-edged knife. You can see that it is non-accessible to the sides of the blade, so you can hold it, have it in your pocket on the clip, and do not risk cutting yourself. The blade length is 4 inches. The overall handle length in the closed position is 5 1/8. In the open length, it's 9 1/8. The thickness of the blade is 1/8 of an inch. Says it weighs 3.6 ounces. The blade material is a carbon VG-1. And the scales or the frame material is a 50-52 grade aluminum. And the pocket clip is stainless. It has a lanyard option on it. It is flow through design from end to end. The blade takes up the space in between. And the way this knife works, it has a screw here that acts as a detent to catch in this hole. And you open it one-handed, it clicks shut, so it's not in the free state in your pocket, and you can rotate that down and rotate this up and then close, and you can all do that in a flick of a wrist, real quick motion. It's sort of like a ballet song, but this is illegal. This is an legal version. Ballet songs are illegal in a lot of places. This is a legal knife, I believe, pretty much about everywhere that will allow this size of a knife. This was discontinued many years ago. It also came in a Tanto version, which was the single edge, and this is the double edge. You can see the cold steel there. And this was made in Japan. And the way this works is you rotate that down and close that back with your finger, and then rotate that back up. And I really can't do it on the way my camera and stuff is set up, but you basically have the pocket clip where it's caught on your finger, and you're holding, and you do a flipping action, and it rotates that handle down, and then you fling it back, and that blade opens, and then that slings back all in one quick motion. It's pretty neat. It does take some practicing to get used to. This is a stout beast of a knife. Sort of like on a ballet song, you have a safe handle and I'm not sure the name there. You hold it by one side and flip it with the other. But you cannot hold it by this side and do the flipping action. It doesn't flip right. So whenever you are opening it, you have to be holding it by the side that the blade is in, and then it locks back up. There's videos on YouTube about this knife where they're holding the blade and suspending 125 pounds of plate weight on the handle frame area, and it's holding up to it. There is one of the things that I drew this to me is this Celtic knotwork pattern on the frame scale area that I really liked. I'm sure y'all probably see in my videos. I'm Welsh descent, and I have Celtic knotwork all over my arms and shoulders and back. But anyway, I just wanted to show you guys this. You can see that it is a rather large knife in the hand. It really fills my hands up. The blade length numbers I gave you earlier was what I read off. I'm showing on the actual overall length of the blade is at 4 inches, a little bit more. Cutting edge, we're talking about 3.5. And overall length, you're looking at about 9 1/8 is what they advertise, so that's correct. And they're saying that the frame length is 5 1/8, and that is, I'm getting about 5 inches on the frame length. The blade thickness, because this is a flat grind style blade to the center on each side. In the center, the thickest portion, I'm getting 114 thou roughly, so right at 1/8 of an inch. It's a real fun knife. I haven't really done a lot of flipping action with this, because what happens is when you go to flip it, if you don't have your action right, the handle gets caught there and it can blunt the end of the blade, and it really marks the inside. You can see there's a few little marks on this one here and there where it's caught, where I've played with it a few times. I have gotten better with it, but I don't do it a whole lot, because this knife, when I bought it many years ago, I paid $83 and free shipping. And now I have seen these go on eBay in the upwards of $300 and $400. I've thought about selling it, but this is one of those things that it's just too much of an oddity, and it's unique, that unless I get into tight times, this is one that will be on my side, or in my collection. I have thought about, playing around making knives. I'm in the process of doing a few different things, and carrying this today and playing with it and showing a couple of my buddies at work. I've thought about milling out some titanium integral style, sort of like this, and doing away with the aluminum, or not doing away with it, taking it apart and setting it aside so I can, do whatever, and making a titanium framework for this knife, and maybe changing the dimensions a little bit here or there, and putting some bearings in it so it's real fluid, or either some phosphor bronze washers, and maybe change some of the hardware to a little bit better, more aesthetically pleasing style hardware. And that's, just a thought process, something I might do. I really like it as is. It's got a luster and a polish. You can see that it has been, carried. It's got some haze on it. When I first got it, it was pristine. And it's near pristine now, but it's not new, because I have carried it and I have played with it, and cut a few things here and there. This is really not an all-purpose EDC style blade at all. This is a fun man's toy and a defense item. It could very well easily be a one-handed opening, pull it out, and cause devastation. That blade is just, it is super pointy. In the video I seen on the Cold Steel many years ago, they had, it was cutting through, puncturing through 20, the equivalents of 20 leather jackets, or 3/8 plywood. It's just got some super stabbing power. Now also, with that taken into effect, there is no hilt or point on here, so if you were to use it in that stabbing motion, you got to make sure your hand's not going to slip and come down the side of the blade. That would not be a good thing. Of course, with all knives, there takes a user's ability to not cut themselves. This knife could be very dangerous in the wrong hands, and in many ways. Besides hurting someone, they could hurt themselves. But I really do like it, and I hope y'all have enjoyed watching today. And before I forget, let's compare the weight that they give. They said it was 3.6 ounces. So let's see what I get. So we're looking at 3.51 ounces. So they're right there at it. You know, maybe I've rubbed off 0.1 ounces in the last, I don't know, 10 or 12 years, more than that. It's been a while. I've had this thing since, I don't know, early 2000 or late 90s, I think. I can't remember. I've had it so long. And the grams is 99.6 grams. So, you know, you're talking about a pretty big knife that doesn't even weigh 100 grams, 3.51 ounces. So it falls well within less than an ounce, an inch. And again, this is not a all-purpose EDC tool. It is a very nice knife. I really, really like it. It's got some minor serrations on the frame here that gives you some gripping ability. It can also be used as what I think it's called a kubaton, you know, a blunt force object in the hand in the closed position. But yeah, it's just a really neatly designed knife. You know, Cold Steel has always been on the cutting edge of making odd and big knives, especially. There is no real way for me to show you the blade centering because when it's closed you can't see the blade. But it's, without a doubt, it's perfect centering. You can, I don't know if you can see down there in the frame the shadows, but the blade's right down the center of it. Yeah, but that's it. The Cold Steel triple action Spearpoint in a Celtic knotwork motif 5052 grade aluminum. There is nice polished edges, really no sharp areas on it to snag or catch. I have noticed today something I did not notice before, that this screw right here that you set it's what locks into this pivot area. You can change it and adjust it to where it's a little looser or tighter. Also, there's a little fine little detent ball like on a liner lock here that engages with this hole right here. So when it's closed, it clicks over that. But I've noticed on this little screw head, this flat head, that there is a little sharp spot there. You know, I should have took a little diamond file I got at work today and addressed that, but I didn't. But anyway, I'll keep rambling on because I really like this. And the cutout right here is for the pocket clip. This is in the closed position. It is a tip down carry, but it's sort of odd. You got to make sure when you pull it out of your pocket, you're bringing it out of your pocket, and you have to flip it in your hand to get it into the right open position. So I'm thinking the placement of the clip is not the best, but I'm guessing that's where their choice was, that they had to put it for the knife to function the way they intended it to. But yeah, that's it. That's what I got. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry it took a little longer than I wanted to show you this video. Hoping y'all are having a blessed, great Tuesday on this day of 4/21/2020. Please be careful out there with this crazy COVID mess still going on. Y'all take care. This is Rodney with Gearcore EDC. Remember that if you're not a subscriber and you like what you see and you see some of my other videos, please subscribe. I would appreciate it. Hit that like button or the unlike button. I prefer the like button. And I know I say a lot. Forgive me. But anyway, I'm rambling again. Y'all have a great day. God bless and stay sharp. Bye now.